going on YouTube? Geosno right here. So in today's video we're talking about the Saily package manager. This one in here, which is basically a Cydia alternative on jailbroken devices that actually works pretty fine. Now this has been around for quite some time now. It's been in beta and it's been in the works for literally years, but now it's available as a release in the BigBoss repo. So what it is basically a package manager just like Cydia, but this time you can actually install packages and stuff with a modern package manager. So instead of being just like Cydia, is more like Zebra or Sileo, Installer 5 and stuff like that. It's not really like Cydia because Cydia by today's standards is actually quite old. Don't get me wrong, it still works and it probably will still work for a lot of time, but it's no longer supported by the developer, by Taurine. So you're basically using end-of-life software that should probably be changed. Now I do have Cydia and I also use other package managers like Sileo or of course Zebra and stuff like that on my jailbroken devices, but Saily has also been a good package manager from my experience. Right now it's available in BigBoss. You can get it by just searching for it in Cydia or whatever you have right now, and you can see how it looks like. It's Saily in here, and that's basically it. So once you have it installed, it's pretty straightforward. However, a word of caution on installing this on Odyssey or installing it on Chimera and stuff like that. Do not install it on Odyssey Rain, Odyssey or Chimera. Right now there is a compatibility issue with those jailbreaks. It works fine on Taurine, but on the others it may not, because Saily uses the iOS 14 precursors repo in the background, which of course may be problematic on the other jailbreaks like the Odyssey, Odyssey Rain, and of course Chimera. So a word of caution on that for now. But on Uncover, Check-Rain, and of course the Taurine, this would work pretty fine. Right now I'm using this on Check-Rain. You can see I'm jailbroken with Check-Rain in here, and it does work pretty fine. So here are your repos. If you want to add a repo, you press that plus button, and you have in here, manual input. And one thing that I like a lot about this is that you can dump an entire list of repos here, each of them on a new line, and it would install all of them at the same time. You don't have to manually input every single repo you have. If you have a full list, for example your backups and stuff like that, it would install all of them happily, which is something great. Then you have this little broom icon in here which will remove broken repos. That's actually quite neat. If you want to install something, for example app button in here, you just press install and that'll be it. You do have everything you need, for example all the changelog in here and the screenshots and stuff like that. So everything seems to be fine and well organized. You press install and then you have in here version control, which allows you to select the available versions and stuff like that. Copy metadata, block updates. You can block updates for specific tweaks if you don't want to get the updates, and install in here. Now let me actually go and try to install a package. Here you find the installed ones. They look like this. If you want to uninstall something, you have the options to remove them in here. Pretty simple, pretty easy to use. Then you have in here the search. Let me try to install new term 2, which I'm going to try to find. Yeah, this one here, new term 2. We press install and install again. And as you can see, the depictions are looking good as well if it's supported. For example, if a repo is updated to work with Sileo and stuff like that, with the Sileo depictions and whatever, they would look fine in there as well. And this is the task queue. Here are the install requests and stuff like that, and the dependencies that need to be installed and whatever. So you press play and of course it starts doing whatever it needs to do, and that's it. And at the end, once it has been installed and stuff like that, you press in here on this little door and you have the option to either reload the icon cache or reload the home screen. Pretty good, which means that you don't have to respring every single time. You can just reload home screen cache. For an application like that, it would have worked pretty fine. It depends on your scenario. But yeah, it has installed indeed the terminal and it looks okay. So yes, it can install packages. It looks modern and it's a good alternative to Zebra and of course the Sileo if you want to test it out. It's important to mention that this is also completely free as well. You don't have to pay for it or stuff like that. And it does support multiple other features. For example, if you go ahead and here you have the software sources, you can select your concurrent downloads, network timeout and smart update and history and stuff. You can block various updates, delete all downloads, whatever. And then you have in here the action to reload home screen, which will be a complete respring, enter safe mode. And this is of course fully open source, which means that you know exactly what this package manager is made of. So yeah, in my opinion, a pretty great one. Definitely check it out, give it a try. Not a lot of bad things can happen, especially if you don't try it on Odyssey or on Chimera or of course on Odyssey Rain, at least for now until they fix the compatibility issues with those. But on Uncover and Taurine and even on Check-Rain, that would work fine. So definitely give it a try if you want to. It's completely free and open source. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm Geosno. Till the next time, subscribe to stay updated and peace out.